Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T-Roy. What up, T?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Old up down theory.
Yeah. I had a session today. Fuck.
Yeah, another ball in your ass?
Yeah, I just had a ball on my ass upstairs.
Nice.
Which helped a little bit, but I had a bunch of needles in my ass earlier.
All right.
Yeah, and an elbow and a fist in my ass, and I walked out of there almost worse than when I walked in.
Hurts so good, man.
Which is weird, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, part of the process.
My life. I've gotten to the point where it's like I just want to get down to that 5 level you live at, and just find a way to make that work because, I'll be honest with you, I've taken a few painkillers over the last month, and that scares the shit out of me. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking to the one doctor about that, and I just, I'm like, look, man, I've had a history. 8-9 years ago, I got off these things, and but I don't know what else to do. I'm fucking immobile, and it's like you've got to get that epidural and start,
So process.
Yeah. What, the epidural or the painkillers?
Yeah.
Dude, I welcome it more than you know.
I'm sure it's weird. You probably do.
Oh, it sucks, man. It really sucks. But I'm trying to limit what I take, just to the morning, just get me moving a little bit, and it's helped. And then I just suffer the late into the night.
Yeah, it's good. There's a time and a place for all that. Yes.
Yeah. But if I could get down to where it's like uncomfortable, but not just like paralyzing, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
For now, and then work from there. But
you might already be there.
No, far from, dude. It's far from. I did want to start. We'll get to the raid at Mar-a-Lago.
What's that?
Yeah, has anyone heard about that? But I did want to mention and
The Patreon and the website?
Well, I'll do that next. I'll do that too. I'll do that as well. But last thing I usually do before coming down here is I'll hit Twitter and just see, is there anything breaking that we should know about? And I saw a promoted tweet by Twitter for the WNBA and the official WNBA verified, blue check verified handle. And so they want you to know to be sure to tune in on Sunday, August 14th at 1 to watch the Lynx play the Sun, and then the Storm versus the Aces at 3 p.m.
Okay.
And I noticed it had 50 comments. I was like, oh,
that's worth a read.
Is this going to be a bunch of woke people that just swear by the WNBA?
But I was somehow not at any of the games.
Well,
or watching them.
I started
I mean?
scrolling through the responses, and I'll just read some of them to you.
Okay.
First one. Shorten the court, lower the hoop, only let hot chicks play topless.
All right. I mean, it's not a bad business model.
I wish I could, but I'm trimming my toenails 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern. Maybe next time. I live in Dallas, and I just learned tonight that Dallas has a team. Who knew? The sad part is most women don't even care. I only watched when the man was playing. He is stuck in Russia now. Just kidding. I never watched.
I like that one.
These are all I'm not skipping ones.
No.
I thought they canceled this years ago until that privileged man got arrested in Russia for bringing weed over there, which is weird because if men are allowed to play, why not just call it the NBA? Mm-hmm. Hold everyone accountable for their actions, no matter what background they are, including bringing weed into a country where it's illegal. Diminish privilege and hold everyone to the same laws. After I type this, I'll be blocking the WNBA. Any ads that have support for BLM get blocked. Bye. Those dudes suck at hooping. I haven't skipped one yet.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, they're on a roll.
If I watched, it would be my first WNBA game. Not going to happen. Just continue your woke agenda and following ratings. How is this league still existing? Where is the revenue coming from? Next guy just says the NBA.
To your point, sir.
Yeah.
The NBA.
Another one's got a meme, black guy just going, nah, we good. I'll pass. Yeah, I could go on and on.
I'm sure, yeah.
Literally every one of the comments is
I think that
fuck off.
Seems to be the collective census of the country, I think.
Ouch.
On the WNBA.
Yeah. It's funny. It's got to be heartbreaking. The best still to me of the whole thing is when I think it was Chicago won and had a parade.
Oh, yeah, and just nobody.
Not a soul showed up.
No.
Even their family didn't show. It was like,
People are just like walking down the street like, fuck is that
the
about?
fuck is going on here with this parade?
Yeah, just a regular day to day. Just
So embarrassing. Like, you have to
It was actually
fire.
less crowded. People like avoided going out that day.
Yeah.
right.
You have to fire a marketing guy or whoever put that, like, oh, yeah, the city's going to be fucking stoked for this.
I mean, you can't make them come out.
Well,
No.
I mean, you could like just do at least a rally or in a smaller area. Like, hey, we'll just pick.
like
an
school park.
or whatever for
Yeah, they
sure,
should be
but like
playing the
an
games.
actual like to
High
think that
school
a
gym.
route down the city would be the same as if the Bulls had won or
Yeah.
something. Like,
Yeah. Other people were pointing out how high school school games are more entertaining, and yeah, we know. Anyway, poor league. Poor
Wow,
ladies.
you know.
Bill Burr nails it, man, in that
Oh.
thing, dude. Where it's just like
Yeah.
no one shows. Where are they?
Yeah.
All these people who talk about how important it is and how great. Why aren't they at the games?
I didn't have a problem with it just being garbage that nobody cared about
No,
or
that's
watched.
fine, yeah.
There's lots of shit. Like, I didn't know there was a women's hockey league. I didn't give a
Stop
shit.
whining about it, though.
But then all of a sudden, really, these are the top 10 plays in the nation, and you have to include 3 layups from the WNBA. Like, stop it. Don't force this shit on me. I was fine with it just being relegated to nonsense that no one cared about.
Yeah.
But again, all these people, I'd love to know the amount of people that quote unquote support it on social media. And when have they ever been to a game?
yeah, probably never.
Probably never.
No.
I actually did know one guy that watched.
I
Like,
knew someone who
legit.
watched.
Like, legit. My boy Tony.
Yeah.
Watched fucking WNBA games. I was
All
like,
right.
dude, okay, whatever, man.
My friend the Kennedys, man, he had season tickets at one point because he just
What did they cost?
I don't remember.
$5 a game?
Well, he had a piston
They just
plan.
came with a hot dog.
Right. He had a piston plan for a long time, and the problem was the Pistons started winning, and he upping the price and upping the price, and he just was a basketball nerd. Mr. Kennedy is a basketball fucking nerd, and he likes to sit close, and he likes to think he's getting a deal.
Yeah.
So he just did it because I think he could get lower level for
$50 a year.
50. Well, something like that. But he had season tickets for a few years for sure for the Shock.
God.
They won 2 championships.
I wonder when you're going around, did they?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
7 championship drive.
Yeah.
Lambier was coaching, wasn't he?
It was.
I wonder when you're walking around the corridor, like, you know, at the end of a game, when you go to a real game and they're shutting those things down, and it's like, God damn it, I missed the nacho windows closed now in the 7th inning. Shit. I wonder how many of those are even open. Is there like one stand in the whole arena?
Yeah, they can't
that's
staff. They can't fully staff
No,
that stuff.
it's like it's one thing to lose $10 million a year or whatever, but you
Yeah.
can't afford to have parking attendants.
I wonder. So the NBA pays for it, right? Obviously, there's the TV right
Yeah,
or whatever, all that
subsidizes
stuff.
it, yeah.
But like, do they go in and like for the teams that have a team or cities that have a team? Do they go in and pay like if we still had a team? Would they pay the LCA, or the Red Wings or Pistons organization to the workers and stuff? I mean, is that
don't know how that
on
all
the
works.
fucking?
No
You know what I'm
idea.
saying though? I
No,
wonder who's on that.
I think it's run just like the NBA, except at the end of the year they owe fucking money.
well, there's like
and the NBA just covers
looks
it.
the other way.
that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm saying like if the Shock were still around, would the end of the season come and then they just go
is
to
the
the
Shock
NBA?
not around anymore?
No, they moved to Oklahoma, I think. But
cool.
But if they were still around,
Damn.
It's just gonna go down.
Yeah,
and check
I was
one
just
out.
thinking about it too.
Really
Yeah.
getting geared up.
At the end of the season, would it be like them taking their receipts to like to the NBA and go, "This is what we
Basically.
paid everybody," and
Yeah.
the NBA just shells
Right.
it out
Yeah.
and goes, "Here you go."
The other
Make
thing,
it good.
the other thing that bothers you about it too is they're bitching about how the men get first class and their own planes and first class accommodations wherever they travel, and we have to have multiple stops as we fly around, and we're in
Yeah,
coach.
Spirit.
And it's like, yeah, that's kind of what happens when you lose your ass every year. Like, sorry,
Exactly.
that's
You're lucky you're not taking a bus.
yeah.
For real though.
For
I
real,
mean,
though.
Yeah, drive yourself to the games.
Exactly.
We'll meet you there. Whoever
Yeah.
can play.
Be there by
we'll meet you there.
shoot arounds at 5:45.
I wonder, honestly, it's so ridiculous, but I wonder some of them how they like justify. They would say, "Oh, it's just people are sexist, or right, or people don't want to watch." But like they know it is getting pushed. Like it is not like it. I mean, it has commercials. It's on big channels. It's on
Yeah.
look at paying.
yeah.
So like, how do
Yeah,
they
but
really
1 and 3
justify
o'clock in the afternoon.
why no one's? But that's when NBA games would be on Sundays usually.
Well, yeah, was it Sunday? Did I say?
Yeah, when it's like
Yeah.
Sunday basketball. I mean, right?
Yeah.
1 in
Sometimes,
5
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes.
When there was the
nothing else
NBA
going
and
on
NBC
right now.
and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
Baseball.
No, it's being promoted as if it's a real thing, and everybody just kind of
it's
either turns their back on it or mocks it for what it is. And that tweet, that was the point of that. Like, oh, I wonder who's commenting on this. And I did not expect woke ass Twitter, but to have the very first one, like, lower the rims, shorten the court, have only hot chicks, and have them topless. It was like, that would make the league.
I mean, here's the thing. It's not the exact same comparison, but like I was a huge NASCAR fan for a long time. And to many people, when you would say that, you made fun of or this or that. But it was like, I just was like, this is what I like. It is what it is. And even how NASCAR's gone downhill since then, I get mad at NASCAR for the reason. But my point is saying that is like, I don't understand how these
They've
girls.
gone super woke too. NASCAR.
Not really.
Yeah, they
They've
have.
pretended to go super woke, I would say. Oh,
Really?
what, not allowing the rebel
aren't
flag?
all of these people like pretending to be woke. I don't think any of these people are
what would you
actually
think
woke.
is? Well, what would you think? I mean, other than not allowing the rebel flag, what would be?
Didn't they do pride stuff? I thought they were going super woke.
Oh, maybe they did. I
And
don't
they've
watch-
shit on all their old fan base. Like,
Well, that's
these
a whole.
people
That's
not
a whole
being
nother.
inclusive and
I don't know exactly. I know they've stopped allowing the rebel flag. Maybe they did do Pride Month. I don't know. I don't watch every week like I used to. But my point is, like, I don't sit there and blame like America why NASCAR is sucking or why is it like or why people aren't watching anymore. I blame like the sport. And for these players, it must be so bizarre because they're getting major advertisements and major push. People are telling them it's there.
Yeah.
So it's hard that they don't sit there themselves and go, you know, it sucks, but the product, I wonder if any of them just acknowledge to themselves, it's just not, I know it's not as good. Why would, this
they
isn't the
have to.
NBA.
They have to know.
You think so?
They
I wonder.
have to know.
they'll probably though just say it's misogyny
It's
and
the
it's
patriarchy and the
I mean,
system.
that's
it's
easy
the white
excuse,
supremacist
but
system.
they know.
They know.
They know.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you watch, how could you watch like an NBA playoff game and then watch it and then just compare that? How could you, dude?
All of it. I mean, across the line. We talk about like the snowboarding.
Yeah.
Like the half pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the girls go, wee, wee.
And then they run out of gas at the end of it, where
and
they can
like,
barely get
and
up.
then the guys are like, wow, you know, like 9 flips and shit.
I've brought up this,
Dude, I was saying that when we were watching those Olympics, and they were doing the women's event before the men's.
Yeah,
so
because they have to start the bar low.
Dude, and I was like, God, these women are great. You know,
Because if you do it after, they're like, oh, Jesus, that's
Yeah.
all you did?
Yeah.
Like if you have nothing, no point
Right.
of reference.
well, the women would go down the big. What's the one with the ski one where they mogul and then they hit the fucking big jump?
Yeah, like
and,
bumps and jumps type
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And the women would down. I was like, oh, this is kind of badass. They're not that bad. And then the men came on.
Yeah, no
and
point
it
of
was like,
reference.
oh, I'll never watch that garbage again.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
It's slow motion.
I've actually think I mentioned it once as an example on this show, but like I was watching like the WWE started having a women's Royal Rumble, and I remember the first one they did.
See, I think that could be cool.
No, women's wrestling is not that bad, but the problem is it really isn't. It's gotten a lot better, but the problem is the Royal Rumble compared to the like in that instance when it is a direct comparison to what's going to about to happen that night.
Yeah.
You can just hear the commentators trying to be like,
act like there's really action.
and then it's like literally about
On
an hour
Royal
later.
Rumble, you have to take them over the top rope.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my.
So
that's
now
the
you have
problem.
chicks having to take other chicks and put them over the top
Yes.
rope, where dudes are like, "Rah," throw
Yeah.
them out in the third row and
Exactly.
shit, you know?
Exactly.
Girls are like, ready? 1, 2,
3.
there you go.
No, exactly.
Up you go.
That's the thing. If you just have the women in a wrestling match, it's not as noticeable at times. They can be better. But in the Royal
But
Rumble,
in
when
the,
they were
like
doing it,
MMA, like the women's fights on those cards get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
They're
well,
some
'cause, I mean,
badass
at least
chicks.
they are some badass chicks, and those are at least, you know, that's real competition, you know.
Yeah.
That's bare knuckles, well, basically. You know, fucking getting after it.
throwing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I feel like an asshole kind of bagging on him, but it's only because of the over promotion. Like,
Of course.
like this is exciting for all of us,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I don't know. I
don't
saw,
feed me bullshit and tell me it's fucking filet. Stop it.
of course. You
knock
just,
it
just
off.
pretend like you don't know the difference.
Yeah.
It's just as good.
It's just as good. It's
just as
delicious.
good.
No,
Yeah.
it's
I
not.
don't know if the numbers are exact, but I saw a thing where it was like, I think LeBron makes $44 million a year.
Yeah.
And their entire fucking payroll is like $14 million.
right.
You know, like everybody
Yeah.
combined is like $14 million.
Yeah, and that's
Pretty good.
Right.
That's
I mean,
pretty fucking
exactly.
good. The
What
fact that
fuck
girl was
else?
able to make $220 a year, $220,000 a year.
Yeah, to
I
play
know
a game.
To play the game.
What else are you going to be able to do as a 6'8" chick?
Right.
You know?
Join the service.
Porn?
Yeah, yeah, freak porn. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, should we get to Mar-a-Lago?
I suppose.
We had this raid on Trump's house, Mar-a-Lago. I never know how to pronounce that.
Mar-a-Lago, I believe.
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, it is G-O at the end. I always got it confused, like Laga or Lago.
Lago. Mar-a-Lago.
I woke up to a text from Mike Massey.
Oh, goody. Of course. Oh.
Why at this point, dude? I mean, do you unsolicitedly text him?
No.
So all that happens is he texts you, and then you try to defend it or respond.
This will be his gotcha.
Like, you don't send him a gotcha, do you? Like, honestly, or no?
No, I usually reply when whatever he's.
But that's what I'm saying.
His gotcha thing falls apart.
Yeah.
You know?
Because most of them have.
And then, like, within 2 hours, I can text him and be like, well, that testimony fell to shit.
That didn't age well.
Mike Massey, you're doing a lot with your life, man. Do you need to wake up and think about what time this would have been?
There's a certain percentage of people out there that just gobble this stuff up. Yep. And I don't want to call Mike a useful idiot, but whatever the talking points of the government are, you're just going to buy?
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Which, again...
Whatever the talking points of CNN and MSNBC are, you're going to be uncritical of that?
When did
and
liberals
just take it at face value?
that?
For real?
I know it's...
Never.
Right.
Liberals never did that. They never trusted the government.
It was like they were the anti-government people, and now it's just...
But now it's on the same team. We all hate Trump. The whole establishment media, the entire government body, and any fucking, anti-Trumper, they're on the same team. So they want this to be true so bad. I don't know how many times this needs to blow up in their face, but they never acknowledge it. They still cling to Russiagate, for fuck's sake.
I know it's the most obvious statement and so oversaid, but at this point, why isn't he in jail then? Like, with a group of people that are trying so fucking hard.
Yeah.
What is his excuse why it hasn't happened yet?
Yeah. And that's
what I don't understand.
To see someone like Biden's family, like, not even interested. Just give it a glance. Yeah. You'll surprise yourself.
Arrest them both, by the way.
You'll surprise yourself when you look into the Biden crime family.
By the way,
it's well documented.
If Trump has done this shit, arrest them. I'm sick of this Butta or whatever. Not Butta, or how do you say it?
Excuse me? Gotcha?
No, not the gotcha. Not the gotcha. Like... But he did this. But he did that. Like,
whataboutism?
Whataboutism. Yeah, dude. If Trump's fucking guilty, then put him in jail too, man.
Yeah, I don't know how you got there from whataboutism.
What did I say? But he, but he did this, but he did that. I guess.
Yeah, you said that towards the end, but that first part.
What did I say? Do you remember?
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
It doesn't matter.
It was.
But my answer to that would be put them both in fucking jail. Fine then. If he's really guilty,
no. If
then
you've
put
got
them
the
both in fucking
goods
jail.
on Trump, put him in jail. I have no problem with that. Fine.
Why does it have to be?
But every time you have the goods,
they just had this whole primetime miniseries.
Yeah, where did that go, by the way?
Nowhere.
Is that why this is here, by the way?
It just went away because nobody's watched it.
Yeah.
The
extreme hard left watched it and jacked off to it.
Stop airing it because they realized nobody gave a shit.
They're still bringing it back for like a...
Right, and then they were like, okay, hold on, we got to get our shit together. We got to get our...
Regroup.
Yeah, we got to get our bombshell here. And then they were come back out and do another bit, and it was like, oh... That one flopped too?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're an alt-left communist Marxist, nobody fucking watched it. Nobody cared. That's the reality.
To me that he is just still on so many people's lips.
Yeah,
it really is,
dude. It's incredible.
It just shows the fear.
I feel for Mike Massey because I feel what he's saying. He's a genuine dude. He believes in what he's saying. I'm here to tell him he's usually wrong about some of this stuff. No offense.
He's also an intelligent person.
He is. I'll read you what he said, and I don't take issue with it. I haven't had time. I've been so busy today. I haven't even had time to respond to him. But
let's formulate a response.
All right.
Here we go.
Today is the anniversary of the resignation of Nixon. I can't shake this thought. There is no way the FBI would do this unless they had Trump dead to rights on the mishandling of documents. I hope you don't make this political on your show without exploring the facts.
Okay.
I hope you don't make this political.
He was warned by the National Archives not to take the docs, and he took over a dozen boxes anyway. Some of it is so classified they can't even describe them publicly. And these documents were just sitting at a golf course. Did he sell them to the highest bidder?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he sold them to Russia and China.
Would he just walk out with them, by the way? I mean, don't they? It's a pretty big deal, the president leaving the White House. I mean, it's not just like you're leaving your job at the fucking Applebee's or something.
Do you honestly, the implication there, do you honestly believe that Donald Trump sold these fucking documents to Russia or China? That's the implication.
I know. That's the funny,
man.
wild allegations that come out of this stuff.
Did he keep some in his safe and not turn them over? No, they broke into his safe illegally and they didn't find dick. So there goes that theory.
Yeah.
We shall see, but it's pretty inexcusable hypocrisy after the whole lock her up thing over some deleted emails. Some deleted emails.
Dude, come on.
Wait. Let's talk about research. Let's without doing some research first.
You're talking about bleaching out fucking computers, smashing phones, deleting 33,000 emails that they subpoenaed.
That's some.
Those were subpoenaed fucking emails that she just decided to bleach bit them and smash the hammers. What are you talking about? Over some deleted emails.
Over a few deleted emails.
Over a few deleted emails. Come on, man. Let's get the facts right if we're going to go down this road. Honestly. Today is a big day, but I hope people understand it's about mishandling classified documents, and it's pretty open and shut. Well, newsflash for you. Guess who can declassify any fucking document he wants? The President of the United States.
Yeah, he's not the president anymore, though.
Yeah, if he was then, he could declassify. He could have declassified those.
Could have.
Yeah. It's just...
It's comical.
Open and shut, Casey says.
Yeah.
Open and shut. It's over.
And
they got him dead to rights.
What is that? Is that life in prison? Is that what that is? Do you get kicked off the island for stealing classified information?
No.
Yeah.
You don't.
Is it a misdemeanor?
So I went to
district.
I went to people much smarter than me to get their take. So someone like Ben Shapiro, straight shooter. He was not a Trump guy in the beginning. Came around more towards him, but absolutely fucking blasted him over January 6th. Blasted him over a lot of things. Thought he was responsible. He took a lot of shit from conservatives, but he stands for something, and he's like, no. This is wrong. I believe Trump had a part in inciting this, not stopping it fast enough, and fuck him for that. It's kind of his attitude.
Sure.
It was like, okay, at least you're not just going to toe the company line when it comes to it. So I was reading this about him. If the FBI doesn't have bedrock solid reasons for raiding former Trump's Florida home Monday, there should be hell to pay. The stunning raid was announced Monday evening by Trump and was condemned by conservatives as an unprecedented politicization of the Department of Justice. The investigation is centered around classified material that Trump brought with him to Mar-a-Lago from the White House. We won't know how fully insane the FBI raid on Trump is until we see the warrant and warrant application. But after Russiagate, years of investigation predicated largely on Clinton campaign misinformation, if the basis for this isn't bedrock solid, there should be hell to pay. This sort of move requires serious levels of trust of the American public in its institution. That trust no longer exists. If those institutions fail yet again and target the leader of Biden's political opposition in doing so, this looks like banana republic stuff.
Yeah.
If Sandy Berger shoves classified documents in his pants, that's unqualifiably a legal violation, referring to Clinton's administration's National Security Advisor's actions. But the president has the ability to declassify materials before leaving the White House. So this is even more dicey for the FBI and DOJ than usual, requiring real specifics. By the way, for those claiming that a violation of law regarding classified documents would prevent Trump from running, nope. The statutory penalties for any such violation do not overcome the constitutional definition of qualifications for eligibility. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And I'm sure everything Ben Shapiro is saying is correct right there.
Yeah. He's generally not wrong. You may not agree with his opinion on some things, but factually,
I don't agree with
very,
his
very,
opinion on a lot
very
of
seldom
things.
is he. I mean, I've never known him to be wrong. You can't be. When you're in that
No.
position, you can't be.
I love doing this to liberals. Okay, great. Show me the video where Ben Shapiro loses an argument to a lefty. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Yep.
Because that video, he's debated millions of them. So go ahead and fire that video over to me. I'll wait. Just any time you want to send that one over where a liberal owned Ben Shapiro.
No, nothing.
Nothing popping up yet. No one sent anything over.
I haven't stumbled across it myself.
Shock. If you want some videos, the opposite of that, just send me your email. I'd be glad to send them to you. And those are hilarious, by the way. But your argument's so strong, liberals.
Well,
I mean,
we'll see.
obviously, you can
We'll
defend
see
it.
how this plays out. Obviously, I mean, this was a raid. There's still no charges. There's no. They didn't take him out of there in cuffs.
The problem is this: if we don't trust the institutions, that's their fault, not ours.
Yep.
Like your behavior led to historic lows in trust in media. Media is in the absolute shitter as far as the American public and their trust for them. They know they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Americans' distrust of government is at historic lows because of your behavior. Because of your behavior. So if I'm not ready to just jump on this story and go, oh my God, well, if the FBI and DOJ say it, it must be true. No, it's not how it works.
It's not that easy.
Not that easy. So
And if it's a misappropriation of, funds and
Yeah.
and forces, that's going to fall back very, very poorly upon them.
Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz,
Yes.
who again, I don't, you know,
The Dersh. Who doesn't love the Dersh?
I know. He's a
Fucking
liberal.
dude.
He's a
Yeah.
liberal down the line, but he's like, this is batshit what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what his thoughts were on this.
Weaponization.
He weighed in on the thing. A raid is supposed to be a last resort, but this administration has used the weaponization of the justice system against its political enemies. You're a genius.
I
T.
know.
It's arrested people, denied them bail, put them in handcuffs, used all kinds of techniques that are not usually applied to American citizens. I suspect it has to do with some investigations leading toward Donald Trump and some of his associates. Again, the law is clear. You don't engage in a raid unless you've exhausted all other remedies, unless you believe that the person you raided will destroy the evidence. Raids are not a first recourse in America, they're a last recourse. And so the government will have to show a court eventually that they exhausted all other possibilities, or they had a reasonable basis for believing that the evidence would be destroyed if it was sought in the normal legal course of events through a subpoena. Raids are a last resort, but today, in many instances, it's being used as a first resort. He opined on many raids are impelled by a desire for celebrity in order to get on television. They have a lot of these raids where people are arrested, put in handcuffs, leg shackles, bail denied. Presumption of innocence still applies, but it's applied only in theory, not in practice. Unless there is evidence that we're not aware of, this is improper and it is misconduct. We have to find out what the facts are, but we have to make sure the shoe fits on the other foot. That we want to make sure what's being done here is something that Democrats would not oppose if it were being done to the Democratic operatives. I don't think it passes that test. In 2019, Dershowitz was asked by a radio show host, do Democrats today think that the American people are so stupid on some of the things they're doing? Dershowitz said they're very scary. They're very frightening to any civil libertarian, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, whether you come from New York or the middle of the country, you should be frightened by efforts to try to create crimes out of nothing. Agreed.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
No.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything there or not. It's political theater.
Yeah, but it's
what it is.
24-hour news coverage, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you see the celebrations going on. He's going to jail. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
of course he is.
You've been screaming this from the rooftop since 2016.
Yep.
At what point does it get old? At what point are you disappointed that it doesn't happen the way you think it's going to happen?
A few deleted emails.
A few deleted emails.
I mean, that just gives you the
Yeah.
the sense of
Right.
delusion on the
Love the guy, but dude,
Yeah.
if
But
we're
be
going to go down
real.
this road, be real. And you have not looked into the Hunter Biden shit.
No, clearly.
Period. You haven't. And if you did,
Yeah.
you'd be startled because if I said this was Don Jr.'s laptop, you'd read every inch of it and you'd be fucking appalled.
Yeah.
You'd be appalled
You'd have a
at the level
boner.
of crimes from this family. Appalled at the absolute disgrace to the office that they uphold. You'd be appalled at the level of fucking. I mean, I can't even imagine the level of blackmail this guy is potentially under from China and Russia, Ukraine. I mean, it's all there. I know you don't want to read it, but it's there.
That was what they tried to say about the PP video from Trump, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
They had the PP video
Oh, yeah.
of him, and
Yeah.
they were blackmailing him for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's captured.
Yeah.
He's captured by the Russians because
Exactly.
of
It's in their
PP tape.
pocket. Yeah, but
That was bullshit day one. And you fuckers ran with it for 5. You're still running with it.
here you go. Here's
hilarious.
Here's Russiagate 2.0.
You want to hear Dan Bongino? He was on with Jesse Waters last night. And I'll just play a minute of it. But you don't usually see these guys. This is a very controlled thing. But people... and
Dan gets a little fired up.
He gets a little fired up.
Him and Geraldo have had some fucking knockdown dragouts. Great.
Hilarious. Dan Bongino, obviously a conservative, so I take it with a grain of salt. But it's still fun. Today, all caps pissed was trending.
Okay.
And I was going through that, and the amount of people that are fucking irate about this raid last night was astonishing on Twitter. Astonishing to me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like people were pissed.
Apparently, all caps.
Yeah. Go ahead, E.
Let's go to Dan Bongino, the host of Unfiltered on Saturday nights. Dan, your quick emotional reaction. I think everyone's a little emotional here about this raid.
Yeah, I mean, you think? This is some third world bullshit right here. Let me say it again. Third world bullshit. I mean every word of that. I don't care that it's cable news. I was a federal agent. I raised my right hand, and I swore to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, and I love this country. This is a freaking disgrace. A disgrace. We don't live in Cuba. We don't live under Kim Jong-un. We live in a constitutional republic, a representative democracy. You have a bunch of FBI agents raiding the home of a former president because they don't like his politics? Are you kidding me? You've spent this whole show, Jesse, and I've spent my entire time either on Fox or on my podcast exposing the left for claiming Russia interfered in an election as Hillary Clinton paid off a bunch of foreign agents, her team, literally to fabricate a story that occupied the nation for 4 years. What's she doing right now? Getting a manicure in freaking Chappaqua. She's not doing squat. Nothing. Hunter Biden is having sex on tape while doing crack. And what is he doing? He's living in a Malibu mansion. And yet the president, the former president, who, whether you agree with him or not on his claims about the election, whether you agree or not, we still live in a country where you are allowed to challenge an election. There's even a process. The ECA, the Electoral Count Act. You may not like it, but it's a process. How do I know it's a process? Because some people are trying to reform it. You may not like it, but now you send the FBI. Let me tell you something. I have paid due deference to the FBI for a long time, and a lot of listeners didn't like it because I work with some very good people over there who have since retired. The management of the FBI has now shredded any single sliver of credibility this agency had left. Nobody will take them seriously from this point on. It is over. You've heard the examples. Stone, Manafort, Cohen, over and over. Are they good guys? Are they bad guys? I don't know. I don't care. I don't know them. All I'm telling you is you cannot tell me we still live in a constitutional republic and not the freaking third world when you have Hillary Clinton paying foreign agents to interfere with an election, people lying under oath repeatedly, Hunter Biden doing crack on tape, and what happens? Where are the federal agents? They're not in Malibu. They're not in Chappaqua. They're in Mar-a-Lago. This is some third world garbage that happened tonight, and I'm telling you, the FBI management, here's the solution, last thing. Yeah. We have now got to win.
He wants people to get out and vote.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty fucking harsh, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I assume nothing's really going to come out of this. That's my gut feeling.
Yeah, mine
too. But for the sake of the integrity of all things considered, I would. I hope there is at least something to it. That it's not just political theater.
Yeah.
That there's at least some fucking legitimacy to it.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
Well,
sadly, I doubt it.
Apparently, the way these things go is you subpoena stuff. Trump wasn't even there. Mm-hmm. And let me go on record and say, if they have some holy grail damning information that's found in there, fine. Yep. I will be on your team. But you better deliver.
It's got to come up. Exactly.
You better deliver. Because we've gone down this show pony road so many times. Oh, this is the one. Oh, he's going to jail. Everyone in his family's going to jail. It's like, no. Right. We keep playing this out, and it keeps falling apart. At what point do you go, God damn it, we just hate this man so much, we're willing to believe anything?
That's where we're at,
yeah.
obviously.
It's painful.
Yeah. I still never get why everybody just hates him that much. I
don't
get
either.
not liking the guy, but just
It
the
really
level
doesn't still make any sense.
No,
If you
the
really
level
look
of
at it.
disdain just escapes me.
Especially because we know it was not there just a few years before his election when he's doing The Apprentice. That's the thing. It was not like when he was doing The Apprentice. I mean,
He was an open book then.
He wasn't-
Everything. Nothing's changed. He was the same dude then.
And it's not like he was loved, exactly. But it wasn't like this, guy who people are just like, my lord, this is the Hitler next coming.
You didn't get beat up for wearing the Apprentice hat.
Right.
No, exactly.
And a lot of people thought he was like, a lot of people really, thought he was like kind of a gangster, kind of
Dude,
a
the fucking hip hop community loved him.
right, for just being a fucking dude walking around like, I'm the best.
He was flash cashing.
Right.
That's what he was doing. I'm richer than everybody. Deal with it. And the fucking hip hop community loved that. They love fucking.
It was just pure New York. Kind of.
I really wish.
Smug attitude.
I guess I say I wish, but I don't wish. But that I could go back and how fast did it happen to where all the? Because even when he was running in the primary, it wasn't like this. And actually, I'm pretty sure Hillary and them wanted him to win. Right, like in the end, I think that's come out.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. Oh,
they kind of hoped he would win.
Well, they thought
the
him as a
primary.
clown.
Right.
That he would
Yeah,
be
exactly.
easy
He would
to beat.
embarrass himself.
But so my point is, even through the primaries, he wasn't still literally the worst human apparently that's ever lived.
No, they covered him shitty, but they still covered him.
Right.
Like now they want to ignore him. Like he doesn't exist. They don't want to mention his name, but they can't help it.
But they can't help it. Like I said, it's amazing on how many tips of the tongue it is for people. How quickly the Trump thing comes out.
Yeah.
Especially now with these midterms, everybody is either affiliated with Trump, they believe Trump's lies. It's something. I mean, no matter what candidate is out there that they talk about, the word Trump comes up.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Constant. And we don't like the, I think I can speak for the room. We don't like the far right fucking weirdos that show up at his rallies.
Oh, no.
Any more than you hate them. We hate them just as much as you do.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, when I see some dude waving a Confederate flag and a Trump fucking flag,
Come on.
no, we're not into that.
No,
Take
exactly.
the 10% on either side and just acknowledge, there's some batshit QAnon lunatics out there.
Yeah, but is that Trump? You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's definitely a cult. There's a cult
for him. I understand that, but like
QAnon's
QAnon's a little different too. I mean, they have their own beliefs. It's not just the Trump shit.
Bad shit. There's a great documentary on HBO, a 4-part about QAnon, and it's batshit crazy.
It's next level fucking
but there are people out there that listen to this show that accuse us of being like QAnon. It's
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I watched that documentary and was horrified for Americans, and seeing how easy it is to fall into a cult and be brainwashed into thinking absolute nonsense.
No, I can't believe there's any way that would go both ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Weird,
right.
Huh?
Right.
Clearly, nobody else could fall for that.
It's so obvious, but all I know is when I scroll my social media stuff, I don't care for the most part who they are, but these people sharing so much. Just go out and live your life, man.
Yeah.
Go out. It is not really affecting you on a day-to-day. Go out and just fucking do something. Go for a fucking hike or something. What are you sharing memes about that are like, 5 in a day? I saw one person say 5 or something today.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you doing in your regular life?
No, I wonder about Sulu from Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's his name. He's just on Twitter all day. He's just in a fucking panic. Trump just dominates his thoughts all day. It's like, dude, go suck your husband's dick.
Yep.
Have a Mai Tai and sit on the fucking.
Relax.
You're 90, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I think they've
Are
all
you
gotten-
swaying anyone's vote, by the way?
Probably.
No. Sulu is not swaying
I mean,
anyone's vote.
he's
Go blow your husband. Have some fun.
They've gotten really
You got your
suckered
final
into
days
this
here.
thing, I think, that you have to be nonstop or else I don't think you're even allowed to have fun. I think this has to be the mission.
Yeah.
Or else you're not.
Michael Moore's doing that. Rob Reiner's a great.
Silence is violence. And if you're not sitting there nonstop, tweeting out, pointing out what's going on, sharing
If
memes.
you're not actively anti-racist, then you're as bad as a racist.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how
but
that.
okay.
I wonder, for real though, someone like you said, Sue, he tweets. I don't see it, but you see it. I guess he's 10 times, 20 times a day. I don't know what the deal is. But when they really go to other parties with their other elites, I wonder what it's like. I wonder if
Well, they're all on the same page, so it's probably just one giant circle jerk.
But I wonder if does it actually come up, man? Do they really sit there at the parties and just talk?
It can't not come up.
Okay,
No.
Or they all feel the same thing, that it just gets ignored.
I don't think they can with how they act.
I don't think so.
Or they laugh about it when they're all actually together.
Yeah.
Did you see what I wrote?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
None of them giving their money away from this racist country.
Yeah.
None of them do that shit. None of them fucking. They take all the acting jobs. They take all the fucking money they get out of it.
It's just, I don't know, the abuse. It just seems like such a waste. It's draining on us.
Oh, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to spend 30 minutes a day talking about it, or 25 minutes a day talking about it, is draining. And we will move on. I'm sorry. I know we've pissed off quite a few people, I'm sure. But we can't ignore the Mar-a-Lago story, and we can't ignore the context of the previous 6 years. I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah.
And go,
Well, it depends
this
on
is the road we've
what
been
glasses
on.
you're wearing. You know?
Yeah.
This is just another example of what a piece of shit Trump is.
Yeah.
Clearly. Or
But here's the difference, though. I feel like everyone in this room goes, yeah, if you've got evidence, then fuck that guy.
right?
We're not married to that.
No, but
It's
that's
like,
what.
But if
This
if
is
you
the
went,
proverbial carrot. They act like this is it.
but
And
if you mention Hunter Biden and the laptop, and again, I'll say it for the 1000th time, this is not a Hunter Biden story. Hunter Biden is a sad fucking junkie, sex addict, crackhead, fucking pile of shit. But, you know, the business dealings are undeniable. So if we can sit here and say, hey, if Trump's guilty and you've got him dead to rights on some shit, and it's like this comes to light, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. We're on board. Go lock him up.
Yeah.
But you won't even look at the Hunter Biden thing. You just write it off as some wild conspiracy theory from the right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the farthest thing from a conspiracy theory from the
all
right.
that evidence is actually there.
It's there. There's actual evidence
actually
there.
available. If
You
you
don't
choose
care.
to look at it, it's just not spoon fed to you.
Right.
So if it's not spoon fed to you, then it doesn't really happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, all right. End of diatribe.
Okay.
Ann Hayes. Yeah, do a read.
Yeah. Hey, because you know the wait's over. You can now custom order your brand new 23 Ford F-150 from our friends at Zott Ford and Holly. Be the first in your crew to get the new F-150 because the sooner you order it, the sooner you can show it off. Also, for a limited time, when you custom order your new F-150 from Zott Ford, they're going to give you $500 in free accessories of your choice. Plus, starting today, Zott Ford can custom order your new 23 Ford Bronco Sport, Ranger, Explorer, or Mach-E. And just in case you need a little more good news, when you custom order from our boy Gabara, he's going to lock in 2.9% APR and give you an extra $500 on a purchase or $1,000 on a lease. So get details and surf their sexy inventory at dealsinthed.com. Tell them TDC sent you.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jesus.
Dude, I don't even get calls. They're always scam
For
calls.
the love
dude.
of God.
They're always scams.
Hey, you see that missed call icon on my phone?
Oh, I do.
Did you hear it?
No.
Hey, look how that goes.
Jesus
Son
pro.
of
Troy's a pro,
My
okay?
goodness.
Rank amateur over there.
Tell us again how it's turned down. How your volume's
is.
turned all the way down.
Don't ease this. Take a knee. This is abort. Just abort. Just pull the chute and abort. You're a little red-faced. I appreciate that.
I heard that. I was like,
I really, by the way, you just did the Zott Ford read.
I did.
I really enjoyed my F-150.
That's a nice truck.
Yeah.
It is a nice truck.
It really is. You drove it as much as I did.
Yeah.
And I think it rides like a car.
Like a dream.
Yeah, the suspensions they've got on those things now, and probably all car companies have this with their trucks, but it drives like a car. I really
Handles
enjoyed
really
it.
well.
Yeah.
Did the cannonball run across country pretty well.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Like a
got
boss.
that. Radio4one.com. Easus, I told you I'd remember.
yeah, right after it. Oh boy, I thought I heard my phone again. I swear to God.
I did too.
I swear. Did you hear that?
I heard a little dingle dingle.
I know. I was like, fuck, but it's gone. Go ahead.
Radio4one.com is live. Go there. You can buy merch. We've got T-shirts and tank top sweatshirts, hats and mugs coming soon. Amazon link is there. Amazon Canada. MyPillow. Use promo code TDC. Groupon. Link to the Patreon page. Thank you to all of you that have signed up for Patreon. We really appreciate it. We'll continue to load more and more exclusive content in there, and I know some people are enjoying that. They've written me about it. Exclusive for our favorite listeners. In fact, one of our Patreon members is coming in tomorrow.
Yeah?
NFL Bob stopping by.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Bringing that stud of a son with him.
I don't know. The Adonis who turned into Joe Dirt.
Yep, Dierte.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wearing that? Was he got a mullet?
He had like long hair, and then he cut it into a mullet.
He went from fucking Achilles like Troy to Joe Dirt in one haircut. It's hilarious. His dad sent us a picture.
Power
of
of
it.
the mullet.
Holy shit! He had Adonis hair. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
No man or woman could turn him down.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he went full Joe Dirt.
I mean,
I guess it's possible.
People are wearing it again. I think I see it on baseball. I see it in some of those
it's making a
college teams.
comeback.
Yeah.
Troy, should we attempt the fucking mullet? Go back to our roots.
Yeah, maybe.
Just grow
Have a
that
mullet
shit
contest.
out. Yeah.
You think you can grow out a mullet at this point? Yeah.
Sure, of course I could. Why?
Yeah. I could see you with a tail.
Do you think I'm balding?
I don't know that I can
Yeah.
see you growing a mullet.
I am.
Again.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's easy. You just don't cut your hair.
Yeah.
We could give you a mullet right now.
You know, I tried.
Mine would look funny. I'd look like a monk or one of those
Yeah,
things
yeah.
because they had a little,
No,
a
see,
little
mine,
sunroof on
honestly-
top.
You just got to be Jewish and just throw a little disc back
There you
there.
go.
You'd be good.
You think you could do it. And yes, technically you're right. If you cut the top of my hair off, but it would just do this. Mine doesn't straighten out.
It
ever.
does if you keep letting it go.
It does.
No,
if you
dude,
brush
I haven't
it.
cut this in more than a year.
Run a brush through.
I
it.
have done
Yeah,
that.
you need a hot iron.
like consistently.
No, you're right. If I every day
you did that once, didn't you?
And that's why I used to have to get my mohawk up. Because my
Yeah.
hair's so curly. I used to have the gel and a hair
Oh,
straightener.
you had it so lucky. We used to have lay it on the ironing board and iron straight up iron.
but did you have
was
straight
punk.
hair or did you not? I mean, was it
No,
curly?
mine's just dirty.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
have pictures.
I'm just saying, like, I tried to grow. I attempted to grow a mullet in high school, and all it does is curl up.
Really? In the 2010s or whatever?
2003s. Yeah.
2003s was a mullet?
I got into NASCAR and country music, and so
Wow.
that was like my thing. It was gonna be my thing.
There
I
you
was gonna
go.
be a redneck.
Yep. It's a gateway drug.
I mean, but like it just curls up amongst itself. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't grow out. I mean,
Wow.
again, maybe you're right. If I really straightened it, maybe for like a few hours.
No, but they're fucking like Slash.
You can have a curly. Look at Kenny
have-
Powers. You can have a curly mullet.
Yeah. You can,
Well, again, I'm telling you, like, think about it. I have not cut this in
over a year.
About
Well,
a
let
year.
it go for 4 years. See what happens. It'll eventually
4
get heavy
years.
and fucking go
Yeah.
long. The mullet will be out of style again, but
right.
whatever.
I mean, nothing I've
You-
ever done has been in style, so it's fine. But
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I was mentioning Anne Heche.
Uh-huh.
Talked about her.
Yeah, she did a little
Hammered.
fucking off-roading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plowed
No, sir.
plowed into one thing, then backed up. No, sir. They're like, get out of the car. No, sir.
No, sir.
And then fucking took off.
what happened? What am I missing here?
She wrecked her car. She plowed into like somebody's bushes.
Yeah.
And she was wasted.
Nice.
And they somebody came out and was like, "Hey, get out of the car." She was like, "No, sir." Threw it in reverse, ripped backwards into a house.
No,
started-
she
caught
went
it on-
forward.
Oh, was it forward?
Yeah,
Oh.
she backed up and then
Oh.
went forward, wailing down the street.
Well,
great.
did she hit
Leaving.
wasn't that when she hit the house when she backed up?
No. She was going forward. She slammed into that house. And, dude, more details are coming out because
Here we go.
her
Anyway,
rep
yeah, shit show.
That's a good move, though.
her rep was saying, "Oh, she's in the hospital in L.A. She's in stable condition, blah blah blah." And now they're coming out and saying, "Not so fast. She's in extremely critical condition,
Really?
in a coma." She was taken to a hospital after she crashed her Mini Cooper into a 2-story home in Los Angeles. The vehicle and the house were both engulfed in flames. She suffered severe burns. A rep for the 53-year-old over the weekend said the actress was in stable condition, a far cry from most recent
Oh
statements.
shit! I thought she like walked away from this.
She was talking at first. I mean, she got a no sir out.
Yeah,
no
right?
sir. At this time, Anne is in extremely critical condition. She has significant pulmonary injury requiring mechanical ventilation and burns that require surgical intervention. She's in a coma and has not regained consciousness since shortly after the accident, right around the no sir time.
Yeah, right.
No sir.
It's not a medically induced coma.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So Hayes crashed into a garage of an apartment complex before backing up, speeding off, and eventually crashing into an L.A. home.
Okay. Oh, that's that. Oh, I knew when she backed out and then took off. Then she hit the house. I was thinking she backed
I
into
don't know
the house.
how much of this is, but it's like 30 seconds. So
Is that the video?
it's what TMZ has.
Oh,
Yeah, there
fuck yeah.
was video out there. Go ahead. Ian.
Yeah, let me see this. Was that the close up of her Mini Cooper? Oh.
Oh.
What? Oh, that's the garage.
Oh, okay.
No, sir. Oh, so this is what you crashed into there.
This is probably just her speeding off.
This is her
Gotcha.
taking off. Yeah. There she goes. All right, that's good. That's good video right
there.
there.
It is funny when
we got the no sir right
Yeah,
there.
no sir.
No
when
sir.
when I read this, it says since the accident, Alec Baldwin and I don't know who that guy is have shared their things, and apparently this dude, this Peter dude, she worked on some show, but Baldwin, it doesn't
There's
say
no affiliation.
no, it just says that he's been sharing his sympathies, like
Sure.
and it doesn't explain why
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, other than he's a person, I guess. But
Video from a home security camera shows the Mini Cooper moving at high speeds down the street before crashing into the home. According to the press release for the LA Fire Department, the actress barreled into, a 738 square foot, 2-story home.
Oh, geez. That's like a double-decker shed.
Yeah.
that's also in the middle of the day, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a little
No.
day drinking,
We've all been there.
Who hasn't been there? We're not judging day drinking. Been there before, do it again.
Yeah.
But you can't hop in the car, crash into a fucking bush, and then into a garage, and then back out.
Get out
No,
of here.
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
That's a good one, though.
She causing structural compromise and erupting in heavy fire prior to the fire department arrival. It took 59 firefighters 65 minutes to access, confine, and fully extinguish the flames within the heavily damaged structure and rescue one female adult found within the vehicle.
Oh, she was still in there, though.
She was still in the vehicle.
Oh, wow.
65 minutes, this thing's engulfed in flames.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah, she might be a bit of fucked.
Yeah.
She might just be a bit of fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
That's not how I expected that to go.
Yeah.
I thought this was
59
just like a-
firefighters, 65 minutes.
God, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For a fucking 700 square foot house. I mean, you think you could pee on that thing, put that thing out.
Right?
55 guys or whatever,
I mean,
59 guys.
I'm thinking of my little house in Berkeley was 850 square feet.
Yeah.
And it had a basement.
But that wasn't counted in your square footage.
No, true.
Right, so this is 400 square feet stacked on top of each other.
Yeah. Trying to, dude, that's but it's LA. It probably costs $4 million.
Exactly. For sure. They're getting into the tiny homes thing.
Right. Those tiny homes are pretty sweet, actually. I'd buy one.
The what?
Tiny homes. I'm down with the tiny. I'd be down with the tiny home.
I don't hate the tiny home. I get
I
it.
just
at this
couldn't do it
point,
with
dude.
anybody else.
That's the problem.
I
You could maybe.
I could 100% do it by myself.
Yeah.
But I could never do it with somebody else.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Even like a spouse. It's
I was gonna
just
say-
too tight of quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tripping over each other, always in each other's fucking way.
Yeah, you're right. That's a
You
good
know,
point.
I at one point thought about moving out
But
too.
they're cheap enough. You get his and hers.
right, there you go.
There you go, next door to each other.
Exactly.
I at one point thought about moving out to Los Angeles. When we got fired in Kalamazoo, I was before Podell called and offered the job with Drew and Mike. I was going to go out to L.A. and I was looking at pricing, housing, and it's outrageous.
Yeah.
But you could fucking live in a houseboat for like $400 a month.
Oh, really?
And I was like, dude, I could live in a house. I'm 22 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
that'd
was
be
like,
dope.
you fucking do that? You think that'd be doable?
For sure.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? At least to just get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People live on boats all the time.
I know, but every night in choppy water, like, would that just be like?
It depends on where. Yeah, it depends on where it's actually like docked, kind of.
Yeah.
Dude, I was freaked when we went to Key West. We stayed on a boat, and I was a
was gonna
little
do that.
freaked about it because I
Really?
was like, I get seasick.
Okay.
Legit. But ours, I will say, we were pretty far. It was just docked pretty back in a bay or
Pretty
whatever.
calm, yeah.
Yeah, but you could feel it though. I mean,
Yeah.
it was rocking the whole time,
Yeah.
but not enough, luckily for me. But
That's fine. I almost did that when I was in Key West too. It was
loved
It was
it.
a sailboat. It was badass. But
Oh,
it was,
that'd be cool.
But it was on like the far side of the island. I'm like, it's such a pain in the ass.
Was
to,
it
like-
actually? Oh, but did you have to take the little boat every time to get out to it, or were you?
I don't know. I never got that far into
Gotcha.
it, but I just saw where it was at. I'm like, God, it's just so far from where you're gonna be like
Yeah.
doing stuff,
Yeah.
So,
Because I saw those, and that would be a pain to me. Like, and honestly, it'd be cool.
Where were you when you stayed on the boat?
Key West.
Key
area.
West.
But
Oh,
I
okay.
was on the second island to the last, like Stock Island, technically, or
Oh.
whatever. But
yeah, not Key West.
I mean, dude, pretty fucking close. Pretty fucking close. Yeah, it was, dude. That was as
Kind of
much
like you
as I could
double wide on the outskirts of heaven. It's close, but it's just not quite
I
there.
mean, I could ride my bike into Key West, I guess. So.
Yeah, you can take the stairs to heaven.
By the way, I have something really. This is really random, dude. But I do think it's kind of funny. I got this email, so I've been trying to start selling stuff on eBay.
All right.
And I did sell some stuff.
Like a side hustle?
Yeah, like another
Just
side,
like your
side
thing,
stuff.
or like buying and selling is what I'm asking.
No, just selling shit I had. I put it
Your
in my
shit,
room, and I was
okay.
like, dude, I gotta fucking get rid of stuff. And I sold a few things that legit worked out. But I threw up these cards, baseball cards that Jay actually gave me these at one point. There's a bunch of signed cards or whatever. I'm like, he's like, oh, you can have them.
Signed cards?
Like this one's
Bunch of nobodies.
who's this? But yeah, who's this? Well, Mickey Lolich in this one, for example.
okay.
But it's like I don't fucking know what it's worth, so I throw it up on eBay just to see how it can sell, how things sell, how it
Yeah.
works, and it sold. And selling for 99 cents.
Yeah.
And it's like, I sent the other stuff off. It was great, easy. I actually made about 20, 40 bucks on some other stuff. But this one, 99 cents. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to ship this out for 99.
Just hang on to that one.
cancel it?
And I didn't know what to do, so I just didn't do anything.
Mickey's still alive, isn't he?
So I just got an email from this guy like, so-and-so has not received their card as of 8 and 9.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sending it. 90. Yes, they give you how it works. If anyone's ever sold it, they do reimburse you for the shipping. So yes, it would be a 99-cent profit. I would make my 99 cents. But
No,
So
because
you
they're
had
gonna
it
take
listed
theirs.
and it was purchased and you're reneging on the deal?
Yeah.
99. I don't want to sell for 99 cents. I thought it was going to maybe at least go up to $5.
Did his money go into your account?
No, not yet. Not
Okay,
yet,
well,
because
yeah, you can see.
I'm going to probably send a thing back saying, hey, not for sale, turns out.
Oh my
not
God!
worth it.
Sorry, dog ate it.
But it was like the other stuff. It was dope. Like they literally QR code, man. Just go to the fucking post office. They print it out. Good to go, man. But like 99 cents.
Yeah.
I threw it in the original stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'd hang on to a Mickey Lolich sign card.
Yeah.
Why sell that for $1?
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Can't even get
But it's just
can't even
funny.
get a
Although,
pack
Troy,
of gum for that.
You have to admit, a baseball card does take up a lot of room.
It does, yes, exactly. When you're
you know,
decluttering.
when you're minimizing.
Clearly,
yourself.
it does not bring him joy.
Yeah.
The only reason I threw it in there was because it was part of the first series of things I put out. I put a couple Wii games on there and like whatever and stuff. And those like sold and made kind of okay money, $10, $15 for shit that's just been sitting there.
Yep.
But the cards were in the first batch of like, I just want to see how this is going to work. And then it didn't sell it for a long time. And now I'm getting this email like, so-and-so is he really waiting on this fucking card?
He can't believe he got a Mickey Lolich signed
Right.
card for $1. He probably is.
I had that years ago. I did a job, like a school auditorium.
Yeah.
And so there was all these like leftover like lights. They were somehow the order got like doubled up, and
Right.
then they wouldn't take them back and stuff. So these were like real high end, like stage lighting lights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean like the real. And I probably had. They were all brand new in a box.
Drive around with a van, try to sell them on the road.
No, and I had like 20 of them, right? And I mean I forget what they were. I think like their cost was like $600 or $700 a piece.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
brand new. You know what I mean? Like because they were like big, like real.
You could use those in here.
And I had 20. No, I mean, they were like this big, you know,
Yeah.
they were like boxes like that. But so, and this is years ago. And so I took them to one of those, like, I'll sell it on eBay
Yeah.
things or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
you
there
know?
used to be,
They're
like,
like
kinda
a store,
stores.
right?
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know how to do all this.
Were you allowed to just take these?
Yeah. I asked because they were extra. Our company
It's like
didn't want them.
$12,000.
I know, but they couldn't return them.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, so fucking whatever. Like, don't.
Someone really
anyway.
did just say, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, my boss, I
yeah.
cleared it. I didn't just take them. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't want to. They was like, he's like, I don't even fucking want them. I don't want to kick them around the shop. I'm never going to use these things. They're a one-time deal, you know.
Yeah.
I'll wait till I do another
Right.
auditorium and hope they use these lights. I
Yeah,
don't, you
yeah.
know. But anyway, so I took them in there and I said, okay. She's like, I fill out the stuff or whatever, and she's like, well, you know, whether I'm like, they're worth like $600 a piece, you know. And she's like, oh, okay, and there's like 20 of them, right? And I'm like, so I figure, and they're still brand new in the box, so I'm like, even if I get like half price,
Yeah.
for them, you know, $300 a piece,
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make some chunk on this,
Right.
you know. And so like, okay, we'll take care of it. Boom. So
Where's this gonna
it's just
go?
that easy. And so then I start looking at, I went looking them up or something, or I got an update on like the email or whatever, because it's way before
So
like,
wait,
the super
when
smartphones.
when
and
you
stuff.
put this into eBay, what they sell it for is what you get.
Basically,
they sell it
yeah,
for-
like what they sell it for is.
Can you say like no?
And so that, yeah, so I would kind of talked about it, and I go, well, you know, do you do like a minimum? She's like, well, we usually don't do a minimum price. We just see how it goes or whatever. And she's like, I'll do a couple of them and see how they
if they
sell
move,
or
yeah.
whatever. And so I was like, they weren't selling, and I looked and I see she has them listed as like with like DJ equipment something.
Jesus
I'm like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's the dude's little wedding DJ light system.
No.
No, that's not it. You know.
These are for lighting an auditorium stage.
Yeah, like a full
Powerful
stage lighting, you know. And okay. So then I start getting, I think and then they got like 50% of what they sold for, or 20% or whatever their cut was, or something like that. I think the most one of them sold for was like $40.
Oh, Jesus!
And I would get like a check for like
$10 or
$19
something.
like every couple of weeks, like when they sell off. I was like,
God.
all right, what, like I wasn't gonna just go get them back, and I don't even know where the hell they're at now. And, but,
That's a weird thing.
But I think I made like $100 total.
That sucks so bad when you
them.
think you have something of value. You know you have something of value.
I know, and nobody else
And
did.
it's like, dude, I was selling my board, the Behringer X32 that we used.
Oh yeah,
studio.
the X32. Fuck yeah.
And so people, I'm like, we put it up on Reverb. It was like, this is a good spot for music equipment and studio equipment.
Yeah.
And people be like, it's listed for like $1,600, and the range is anywhere from like $1,500 to like $2,200.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, $1,600,
Kind of on the low-ish end.
on the lowish end of
Yeah.
what the value is. I'll give you $800 for it.
Yeah.
Fuck off. And then I do a huge write-up. Like, this thing's in excellent condition. It's never left the studio. I didn't even bother telling him it went to Ed's house once, but it's basically
Right.
never left the studio. We don't smoke down here, so it's basically been in a smoke-free environment. I don't even think I include that, but I'm like, there's a little bit of wear and tear on the part where I would rest my palms during recording.
Yeah.
So that paint is a little worn off. Otherwise, it's in excellent condition.
It's excellent mechanical condition.
Right. And if it was in excellent condition, it's worth $2,000 to $2,500.
Right.
So I'm like, that's literally the only flaw on this thing. And I get someone responds, what condition?
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. The laziness of people is staggering.
Dude, it's astonishing. It's like, really? Okay, there's a picture and then there's a write-up. So you just looked at the picture and went, what condition? Uh-huh. You didn't. But who goes to one of those things?
And
looking
you don't
at
actually read it.
Looking at a rather expensive piece of equipment that you're thinking about purchasing, and just what condition? How much?
Will you take $250? What are we talking? What's your bottom? I was like, what's your bottom line?
Right.
The fucking price I just put
Well,
down.
what is your top line, motherfucker? Like, where are you gonna? And the funny thing is, like, I don't know about is it still on the market, Mike? Is it now? Okay.
it's sold.
But as far as like Troy's thing, like, what's so weird about that is like you still got free money. Like that money was still kind of extra.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like you knew what it could have been,
Exactly.
and it's
Yeah,
like it's
he was
such
thinking about a $6,000-$8,000 payday, and so he got $40.
I got
No,
$100 total.
Yeah.
It was like when I was fucking down on that trip and I had that dude work on my van in the one parking lot. He saved me a lot of money doing some stuff, but then he was supposed to do one other part.
Yeah,
and he
he bailed.
fucking woke up and his hands were numb, he claimed, and yada yada. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I still saved a lot of money, but I woke up that morning thinking I saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
And now it's like, fuck, he
Save as
still
much as I
helped me,
wanted.
Yeah.
but it's,
Well, I'm learning really quick. If you want to dump some stuff, don't expect to get jack shit towards what.
no,
it's
you have to.
actually worth.
Like I said, I mean, dude, even the fucking video games I sold. I know the Wii isn't popular anymore, but still, like $10 for a game. It literally never been used. It was one of these games. Like I only played a certain amount of games. This was unopened.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sell that shit, you just have to sell it for far less than you consider, and just be happy with that.
Yeah.
It feels like you're getting rid of something.
Yeah. Everybody seems to overvalue their own shit, too.
Right.
Yeah.
No question
Very,
about that.
very, very common.
Well, and think about the people who are going to be buying stuff. Like I don't
Exactly.
buy stuff on those sites. I just don't. For the
I
most
have
part.
collector stuff.
Yeah,
collector item
okay,
things,
that's
like very
true.
specific.
Yeah.
And
I'm frugal. I buy shit all the time.
Yeah,
Like
you do.
that.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm
That's
a
a good
mover and a shaker. I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I buy and sell shit all the time.
Yeah.
You
There
do.
go.
You
There
can't.
you go.
He does. He's not bullshitting. Hey, we talked about that former Oklahoma assistant football coach
Oh, yeah.
yesterday who said a bad word.
Yep.
And then resigned in horror and falling on the sword.
Yeah.
My brother called me last night. He's like, "Hey, I was watching you guys doing the show, and he was talking about how great it was." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. I'll let the guys know." He said, "I did want to tell you though. There's more to that Oklahoma."
Well, we knew there
Coach
had to be.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's was how we left it. Like, there
Yeah.
has to be more to this.
Well, a day after Cale Gundy resigned, saying he inadvertently read aloud a word that I should never, under any circumstance, have uttered. off the screen of a player's iPad during a film session, head coach Brent Venables issued a new statement saying Gundy's statement didn't tell the entire story.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there we go.
So we narrowed it down to the N-word.
Yep.
Right. You know, you got a player sleeping in class. He's got his iPad there, and he's reading off
Racially charged. They were just like all the
Yeah.
little keywords. We were trying to guess what he said.
Yeah, and it was like he must have dropped an N-bomb. That's the
course.
only thing
Yep.
that that would make sense. Coach Gundy resigned from the program because he knows what he did was wrong. He chose to read aloud to his players not once, but multiple times, a racially charged word that is objectionable to everyone and does not reflect the attitude and values of our university or our football program. This is not acceptable, period. Coach Gundy did the right thing in resigning. He knows our goals for excellence and that coaches have special responsibilities to set an example. Gundy, for his part, the unfortunate reality is that someone in my position can cause harm without ever meaning to do so. I think you're giving yourself too much credit, Coach.
Yeah.
Honestly, you dropped an N-bomb in front of a room full of players who dropped the N-bomb to each other.
But so
8,000
nothing
times a day.
changed except that he said it more than once.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference in that.
Yeah.
So, but it was still in what he was reading, right?
Right.
So, but the context doesn't change. Just that he said
Well-
it more than once. I mean, okay. And you said, "Oh, as soon as I said it, I shouldn't have said it again." Well, as soon as I said it the third time, I knew I shouldn't have said it.
Well, let me read you his resignation letter again, the one we read yesterday, and see if, knowing what the head coach said in this new statement,
Okay.
if he's being cute with his statement.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
The unfortunate reality is that someone in my position caused harm without meaning to do so. In that circumstance, a man of character accepts responsibility. I take responsibility for this mistake. I apologize. He said in the moment he did not even realize what he was reading, and as soon as he did, I was horrified. I want to be very clear. The words read aloud from that screen were not my words. What I said was not malicious. It wasn't even intentional. Still, I am mature enough to know that word I said was shameful and hurtful, no matter my intentions.
Well, picture this, if you will.
In my mind's eye.
Yeah, he's making a point. He's a football coach. He's got his players in there. Somebody's fucking off. He's going to make a statement, and he's doing we equated it to the teacher finding the note in class and reading it out aloud in front of the class, right? That's basically what happened. So he picks it up and he reads it. And if this is their text going back and forth, and he's trying to, whatever, embarrass the guy and he's going through this conversation,
Right.
and that's what's there. I bet there wasn't a hard R on the end. If he was reading it verbatim, I'm betting it ended with an A.
But his statement leaves you feeling like what he said this was just an innocent Ron Burgundy moment. I read what was on the screen, and as soon as I said that word, I knew I'd screwed up, and I'm a man of integrity and blah, 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 and I take full responsibility. I was like, well, that's bullshit. That's kind of cheap. Weak way to let someone go who's been a coach there since 99 and a player favorite. Like, all that just seemed... But if he's reading a fucking 2-paragraph thing that drops the N-bomb 15 times...
Yeah.
I think there's a difference.
Possibly, but I mean, I don't necessarily.
No?
No, because I don't know. I guess it's interpretation, but you're reading what the guy's saying, and I can see it being done for emphasis because if this is the bullshit garbage conversation that you're having instead of paying attention. This is what you're doing. This is how you're communicating. This is the shit that's going on on this pad right now. Instead of being here with your teammates and me and learning, this is what's going on. So, yeah, I don't really have a problem with it.
Let's see what was so important, Mr. Johnson, that couldn't wait till after class. I'm trying to show you new routes to run as a wide receiver.
So could he be doing this, and then be going, N-word, or just skipping it at the end? Maybe. But in the moment, in all of that, in the grandeur of what he was doing, I can see him just reading it off. I don't know exactly what it is. I assume it wasn't Shakespearean what the guy was reading on his iPad.
No.
I assume it was some sort of a correspondence with somebody, texting back and forth or something. lyrics, whatever it
Dude,
was.
as
I
Paul
don't know.
Dawson taught us many years ago.
Yeah.
You put the H on the end of it.
You soften her up, yeah.
Ah,
And again-
that gets you out of everything.
And
you know?
well, clearly not, because like I said, I'm betting that it wasn't said with a. And maybe it was. Maybe it was written with.
Well,
an
what
A,
if it was-
and he was dropping a hard R? Maybe
What if it was written with a hard R?
then verbatim?
I'm
man.
just quoting, man.
I'm just saying. I don't think that is any more damning,
Yeah,
in my opinion. I really don't.
he made it sound like
he
he hit a
did.
speed bump in the thing and realized right away, and there was no taking it back, and
No.
it uttered out. But it's like, I see your point.
Yeah. And,
You know,
and it could have
but-
been, and he says multiple times, okay, so maybe it was twice. Maybe it was 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but it also, again, wasn't his words, wasn't his intention. He didn't pick it up because of that to say it.
Yeah.
And I can see in the heat of the moment, being in those film rooms and the way that shit is, and locker rooms, wherever that is that's going on.
Yeah. You just got to know, like,
And that's a different, it's not that it's okay to say.
yeah.
But it is okay to say if you're like repeating it, reading it. I mean, okay, let me backtrack that a little
Yeah.
bit. But my point is that if it's no intention means everything.
Well, there was
Context
a day.
is everything.
There was a day where this is where Rogan got in trouble, where he
Yep.
dropped the N-bomb 22 times.
Yep.
And as someone who's broadcasting, when you're quoting someone,
Yep.
you're quoting them. And that used to be fair game, that you could there's episodes where I've said it.
Yep.
You know, in reading a news article of some sort or quoting someone in this instance, we've gotten to a point now where even uttering it's such a gotcha thing. It's not these people are not truly offended when some idiot drops
Yeah.
and then Paul Dawson's of no threat to anybody.
Right.
It's a comical little story. It didn't hurt anyone's feelings. It didn't ruin anyone's lives. They act like it did, but it didn't.
Right.
You know, you hear that word 8 billion times a day in the black community. I mean, that word's gone nowhere. But it's to the point now where I wouldn't say it in a quote. Like, that's how harsh this is. So to me, a coach has to know, even if he's trying to make a point, say the motherfucker that's in there and bullshit and blah, blah, blah. And then you got to go, when you get to that word. It's just almost the way it is.
Yeah, oh, well.
Otherwise, it's too easy to just blow your career out.
Okay.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but
I
that's
know.
the reality.
That's fine. And he did it, and he said it, and he resigned, so he blew his career out.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't think that changes it, really. I mean, he saying it once, saying it 3 times doesn't change it. It's either right or it's wrong.
Yeah. Well, unless you go,
I really do think it does make a difference. I think maybe you're reading real fast. You catch on your like you said, you come up to your player, you see his text, you start reading it, and you say it, and you're like, okay, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm gonna go on. And I think I do think it makes a difference personally. But
Well, fuck you, E.
okay, well, that's my opinion. IMO. So
Cale Gundy's daughter,
Oh, boy.
fucking hot as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Kat Gundy.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. E. I didn't have pictures pulled up. Kat Gundy. I just saw like a thing like dad's there, and then his wife, and then
what's
fucking
his
whatever.
name actually?
Gundy, Gundy.
No, but what's his
Cale.
name?
Cale, C-A-L-E.
Okay.
And I'm like, who's the fucking smoking hot blonde in the background? I only saw one image, so if there's some like Carfax moment or
Yeah,
something that
sure.
I got caught up in, don't hold me to this. But I just wrote hot. So I didn't know what else to say. I'll let you be the
If the
judge.
shoe fits.
Is that his wife or his daughter here? In this
Oh,
image?
Yeah,
oh,
daughter,
yeah, smoke
That's his
show.
daughter? Oh.
Yeah.
right? I'd be going a little heavy with the makeup
Yeah.
in some pictures, but
Yeah.
am I right, T?
Yeah, boy, yeah.
Yeah, I can spot them a mile away. I'm really good at spotting hot chicks.
Right? Such a gift.
It's a special skill.
It is a gift, no doubt.
There's not much I can do, but when there's a smoking hot chick on screen
Yeah.
or in the wild, I can find it.
You notice.
I notice.
And
Yep.
you make it well known.
Yeah, I do. It bothers you, but that's okay. Kat Gundy, the smoking hot daughter of former Oklahoma football assistant Cale Gundy, called out Sooners head coach Brent Venables' statement about her father's resignation. Venables, thank you. Interesting, you told your players to keep their mouths shut about what really happened and their heads down. Gundy's daughter wrote in a tweet, "The truth will always come to fruition. It's only a matter of time."
Oh, boy. Another
Dun, dun, dun.
daughter turns on daddy.
No, she's turning on the head coach.
Oh, on him. Oh, the
Yeah.
Venables. Oh, I got you.
There's a
Yeah.
better image there.
So the hot daughter is like, "Oh, you think so, Venables?
I got you.
There's more to the story."
Stand by your
For some reason,
dad.
I feel like does have more credibility now.
That looks
I'm
like-
sold a little more that he's probably innocent.
You
That
think
looks-
so?
that-
Yeah, by looking at his daughter.
Yes.
That looks like, you ever see the titty towels? They're like
Yeah.
this, like you hold your titties up
Yeah.
and it just goes around your neck, and that's what it looks like she's wearing.
Yeah.
All right.
Dad's got to be proud standing next to that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Look what I made, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyone seeing this?
With that one over on the right, unfortunately, I guess. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had her day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, she must have.
She probably looked like the one in the middle.
Right?
30
At one
years
point,
ago.
exactly.
At one point.
Yeah.
Hey, this part of the show is brought to you by Your Insurance Expert. Are you paying too much for health insurance?
Probably.
Are you uninsured? Hey, health insurance can be confusing
do have
for all of
insurance.
us, buddy. But Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare, so you don't have to be. Call Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173. Again, that's 248-914-1173.
We had to reschedule.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to find out what happened there.
He got scared.
Got yeah.
got scared.
He heard he was going to have to read his ad and
Yeah.
decided he needed a couple
Fucking
weeks
panicked.
to prepare.
Panicked.
Yeah.
Absolute panic. Set of dread.
You know what's funny is right when you were reading that, I was like, since he's gonna be here, maybe I'll ask him about my insurance situation
Yeah,
because I
nope.
don't know, could probably be better.
Not going to be here.
Yeah, we've got a new scheduled date, Easus, and he wants you to be here.
Depends on when that date is.
I
but-
know. It's in August.
Okay.
It's penciled
If
in.
it's in August, it should be fine.
Thursday in August. Maybe the 25th.
Yes.
Man,
towards
no,
the
I'm
end.
like,
Yeah. Okay. That should be
Okay.
fine.
okay. I thought it
Would you just pull your calendar up just like that, E? You got it all. You got it all handled.
I got
over
a
there?
busy schedule, my man. I will say that will be. I should be there that day, but my parents are going to be out of. Me and my parents and I are going to be out of town for a few days before that. But
Do you actually have a calendar pulled up on there?
I mean, a calendar of dates, not my
that's
dates.
what I
But
meant. I know.
yeah,
Yeah, he looked like he was.
He
was
did.
checking
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Let me fucking.
I've
all
gotten
right,
really
and-
pretty good with my calendar.
All right, penciled you in right there. Click,
Yeah.
click.
Already had him penciled in, son of a bitch.
Kevin Smith
Yeah.
lost quite a bit of weight.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yeah, he lost a person.
He lost. Yeah, he lost
Yeah.
to Kevin.
He is very unhappy that Warner Brothers Studios decided to cancel Batgirl.
Oh,
I don't know why this would be of concern to Kevin, but
Well, because he's like a big nerd. He does doesn't he do the whole podcast about like comic
Yeah.
books and stuff like
yeah,
that?
he's
Yeah.
a big comic book guy.
yeah. They decided to cancel Batgirl before it was ever released. It's an incredibly bad look to cancel the Latina Batgirl, Smith said. I don't give a shit if the movie was absolute fucking dog shit. I guarantee you that it wasn't. The two directors who directed that movie did a couple episodes of Ms. Marvel, and it was a wonderful fucking show. And they had more money to do Batgirl than they had to do an episode of Ms. Marvel and stuff. Studio announced on August 2nd that it would not be releasing the film, despite it costing $90 million to produce. Leslie Grace is an incredibly talented actor, and the decisions is not a reflection of her performance. So this is the lead Batgirl.
Oh, of course.
The statement noted how grateful Warner Brothers was to the film's directors and cast. We hope to collaborate with everyone again in the near future. Bet.
Yeah, I'm sure they can't wait.
Yeah, dying to.
Is that Miss Mabel? It says
Would you
something.
quit chewing on that? You're fucking getting.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus. Do you see how soaking wet that fucking cord is?
God damn it, Easus! I fucking sit there.
When? Oh. Yeah,
When you're not
sometimes.
here.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you're right. Sometimes. Sorry.
You know, I
I'll wipe
was
it down
just
with-
getting over the changing all the shit around.
Yeah. Back to square one.
Here we are.
I'll get some whatever you call it.
So I bet Warner Brothers is dying to work with this cast again.
Yeah,
because they're
obviously.
so talented and so good. Batgirl made headlines in January for adding a transgender woman to the cast as best friend of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. Yeah,
Okay.
audiences were like, yeah,
No, we're not doing that.
heart pass. Rumor has it the movie is irredeemable and scored horribly during the testing phase,
Yeah,
which
that's-
caused executives to cancel the release altogether.
That's all. I mean, that's the clear as day. I mean,
It's
unless
apparently super woke.
yeah. I mean,
Batgirl.
they did the screenings and everybody went, "The fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And they were like,
No.
"All right, dump it, dump
Yeah.
it."
They and usually what would happen is they just skip the theatrical release
Yeah.
and just throw it on HBO
Get
Max.
something.
It costs you nothing to throw it on HBO
Yeah,
Max.
at least get something back
Yeah.
on it.
A
If
little
you
bit of
if you
storage
make
space
$2
on
million
HBO Max.
on it on the back end. At least it's that.
Well, they can do an insurance claim and recoup some of that money. Like, yeah, this was such a woke shit show.
Yeah.
Just give us 30% back and we'll call it even. Or you could try to maybe pick up some HBO Max people who are really dying to see a Latina Batgirl and with her transgender best friend. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Wait, so Batgirl is
Latinx. Latinx.
Wait, no, but it was so it's what, Commissioner Gordon's daughter's best friend? Something along it's somebody Gordon, right?
Is it?
Was it
Leslie.
I don't know the origin of Batgirl. I'm sorry.
Barbara Gordon.
right?
Batgirl.
So there's no way
Grace.
it's not Commissioner Gordon. There's no way
Yeah.
it's not related to Commissioner fucking Gordon.
Commish Gordon dipping his fucking
So in the company ink, dipping his pen in the company ink.
Did he fly across some fucking some lines? Did he go down south for a little
Might have.
while? Did he leave Gotham and head down to Mexico City?
Got himself a little Rosie Perez, did he?
You will get no honey on your stinger, son.
Oh man. So yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out that's how now it's Gordon somehow.
Are you trying to look that up, or are you
So
doing
if
something else?
you got to assume that Batgirl is, I mean, if you follow the timeline, is along the same lines as Batman, right? Because Batman and Batgirl were affiliated in the same.
No, if you're looking at the Bob Kane creation 61, that's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they've changed this shit around so much. I mean,
okay,
they.
well.
So,
Yeah. But I mean, so not the
so
original.
what would we Google here?
Right here you go. Well, there's one right there.
Oh.
Age Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, or from the DC database. Right there, I just saw it says the fucking move, the top one, very top one, in the first verse, very top one. What, the top? Nope. There you go.
Okay.
So that one says Barbara Gordon at least.
Yeah.
And her alter ego Batgirl. So Barbara Gordon is Batgirl. So Commissioner Gordon something.
It's got to be, right?
Gotta be. There's no way.
Modern age, I guess.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. Who knows?
I saw
but
right
they
through
blew
that.
it out. You know.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, that was never. So now they're going to make that the twist that it's Commissioner Gordon's daughter probably is Batgirl. Would have to be.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't throw another Gordon in there.
It does. In this one, it's the earliest it has there, 2003 comic book. Gordon is a highly gifted child, having graduated from high school early, but initially, I don't know. So I don't know. I guess it's just his kid, right?
I mean, that's my guess.
Yeah.
It would be weird
Yeah.
to put the last name Gordon on anything in Batman and not have it be affiliated with the commish.
Yeah, exactly. It must be. I don't understand this. So is this like fan verse? Whatever. Are fans writing storylines?
I don't know.
And then
Yeah.
some of them are good enough that
Maybe.
that these people are creating shit out of.
Something. I don't know. But it's garbage. The DC, the Marvel, all the shit.
garbage.
All of it. Your Star
Yeah.
Wars, all of it can fuck right off. They
Yeah.
have jumped the shark so hard.
They
have just
and in rapid rate.
I mean, just bastardized.
Yeah.
These franchises.
They got ownership, and within a year,
and raped it.
yeah.
Just raped it.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch. I mean, it's
And what they're doing,
and not even as
I
a
didn't
fan, just as a person, I see what's going on.
Yeah.
I can only imagine some people chew this shit up, but like,
think
do you
it
understand
was-
the garbage that you're watching? Like, what was the last real fucking decent Marvel thing that came out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not. It's all just CGI. It's ridiculous.
Plus, they're trying to change.
I'm not sure. I've never seen, honestly, almost any of them.
They're trying to change so much of these things too.
Yeah.
Where I was reading a story, I had it. I think it might have been for the Obi-Wan Kenobi spinoff, and there's hints that maybe he's bi. I'm like,
Obi.
fucking A, man, really? I think that's the character. But it's like, oh, it's a back origin story when he's a kid and he's
course.
flirting with the idea of making out with a guy, and you're like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? What are we doing? People were celebrating.
Of course, somewhere.
6 women have come forward saying Fred Savage was fired from the Wonder Years reboot because he was sexually harassing female crew members.
Okay.
I don't-
Again, this was one that we want. Like, what the fuck's going on over there?
Yeah.
Like, you can't even have that without him.
Well, he's directing. He's not in. They have a black family now. It's the Wonder Years.
Oh, I thought this was like the reunion thing or whatever they were doing.
No, he was directing the Wonder Years reboot with a black family.
I gotcha. I thought it was the reunion that he got booted out of.
No. It was
Okay.
booted out of the director's chair of the reboot.
Okay.
Which I don't know if anyone's watching. I haven't watched network TV in I can't even tell you how many years.
Right?
So.
Wonder Years, more like Pumpernickel years, right?
The married father of 3. God, think about that. Fred Savage is a married father of 3. He was a fucking 7-year-old when we started watching him.
He's a good director, though. It's unfortunately, I guess he's a
You liked his brother.
It gets a little grabby.
What his brother?
His brother. I think you liked one of the shows
Randy?
his brother was on. No, not Macho Man.
Oh,
Trying to think.
I know you did.
Well, Fred
Ben Savage.
Is that his brother's name?
Yeah.
I know that it's...
He's on a show you've brought up before.
Okay.
He was like
Boy Meets World.
Boy
I
Meets
did
World.
not realize. I had never
Yeah.
put together that they were related.
Really?
To be honest with you.
yeah.
But
But isn't that a show you liked when you were a
yeah,
kid?
hell yeah. Boy Meets World? Fuck yeah.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
no idea.
Topanga. I always had a crush on Topanga.
Yep. So, the married father of 3 was let go from directing the sequel.
Who was that? Like our Winnie? Wasn't that
Yeah.
Winnie in Wonder
Yeah,
Years?
kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right,
There you go.
respect.
He was let go from the sequel on May 6th with Disney citing allegations of inappropriate conduct, refusing to elaborate. The women who made those allegations want to make the details known, accusing Savage of moving a young female crew member into his Atlanta home and following another into a restroom and putting her hands on his groin.
Oh, it's a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Fred directed a bunch of Always
done
Sunny
that.
episodes too. Like he's done some really
Yeah.
good shit, man.
Wait, and moved a younger cast member into his house? Like, how young are we talking about? Like legal at least? I mean, was he bringing in like a 13-year-old or?
They don't say.
Okay.
It's always referenced as a younger cast member, but if he's 40,
Yeah,
a younger cast member can be 23.
that is correct. Could be 18.
After the story of his...
Apparently 16 in Ohio, according to Pete Rose.
Yeah. The Vatican was 12 until just recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Well, those poor boys.
Yep. After a story of Savage's firing first broke, Page 6 reported that he was being supported by friends and family, including his wife of 18 years, Jennifer Stone. The article is what prompted the women to come forward to disclose their allegations. I and the other women feel that people need to know what the wrongdoing was. In a statement, Savage denied the claims, telling The Hollywood Reporter, "Since I was 6 years old, I have worked on hundreds of sets with thousands of people and have always strived to contribute to an inclusive, safe, and supportive work environment. It is devastating to learn that there are coworkers who feel I have fallen short of these goals. While there are some incidents being reported that absolutely did not and could not have happened, any one person who feels hurt or offended by my actions is one person too many. I will work to address and change any behavior, blah, blah, blah. I want to be a supportive coworker, friend, husband, father, person." The 6 women said there were 2 sides to Savage that were constantly flipping back and forth.
The Fred side and the Savage side.
Exactly. A supportive, charismatic director and a dark, angry alter ego.
Fred's not here. It's Savage time.
While Savage appeared to be all smiles on set, he would sometimes verbally assault below-the-line employees who don't have power. Oh, you mean the director would yell at his
Yell at
cast?
people, right?
Wow.
Boss people around?
Holy shit. Well, this monster needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Bosses have yelled at employees for 1,000 years.
Since
Right?
As old as time, I believe.
Well, I mean, but it could be this was just way over that line.
It's possible.
Do you not think that in Hollywood, directors are berating cast members all the fucking time?
I'm just saying.
That's the history of it.
Maybe this
So when
was-
you're talking about abuse, I'm thinking he's fingering chicks on set.
Generally,
right?
yeah.
Well,
Especially if you're talking
doesn't it go down that route eventually? I mean,
Maybe a little bit. So,
maybe.
You got to
We'll
get
get
there
to that.
somewhere.
We'll get
Okay.
there.
You got to knock them down a little before you pick them back up.
Gotcha.
Several of the women said they grew uneasy about Savage's relationship with a young woman working on the crew, claiming she moved into his home in Atlanta where the reboot was being shot and that Savage occupied. Okay, so
The thing
so
is
are
being
you
shot there
in
too?
Atlanta?
In the house?
Not in the house, but in
Okay.
Atlanta.
Well, yeah, that was just a confusing statement.
Yeah, it's all confusing. So what is the accusations? You have
The
something like
house in Atlanta where it was being
His-
shot,
no, his
and he
house.
I
Oh.
fucking understand.
Yeah.
In the house in Atlanta where it was being shot, and he lived. Makes it all sound like the same place.
With a young woman working on the crew claiming she moved into the Cabbagetown neighborhood home in Atlanta where the Reboot was being shot and that Savage occupied.
No, it just means in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think it's just, I know what you're saying, but I think it's just
It's just
in the
poor
vicinity.
wording.
It's poor wording. But you still, like, you're uncomfortable with it. Like, you're jealous that you wished it was you getting FaceTime with Fred Savage in the house alone.
Possible.
Or he was taking advantage of a young girl and banging her.
I gotta sneeze.
I know, right on the fucking cord. No, go ahead.
I moved as far over as I could.
Right onto the cord.
One woman told the Hollywood Reporter that the young crew member told her Savage was buying her gifts and discussing a future together with her.
Okay.
See what he's doing.
He's
running a little game.
Sounds like pure love.
Several women said they observed Savage being extremely controlling of her daily behaviors, describing him as manipulative and erratic.
Or they might be a bit jealous.
Yeah. I mean,
Bit catty.
yeah. Chicks are known to do that, especially hot chicks,
It will
which
happen.
occupies a lot of the space on sets.
Generally.
They said the situation got so bad that one of them tried to shield the young crew member from Savage, at which point he proceeded to verbally harass me and belittle me.
Oh, like the fuck? Go fuck yourself. I'm
Yeah,
not,
bitch, I'm not
hurting her,
dealing with you.
Right?
I'm dealing with a younger, hotter version of you.
Exactly.
Get out of the way.
Sorry, I had you last year.
Another woman says she befriended Savage while on the set, and he invited her to dinners and offered her expensive gifts, which she refused. Well, that's all I need to hear.
Oh, what a monster.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Jesus. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I haven't. Did
Your
we
boss
get to the
takes you out to
finger bang?
expensive
dude.
dinners and offers you expensive gifts, and
Yeah,
you say
there's
no?
a power dynamic here, man. Like,
Shut up with your power
well,
dynamic.
it's really
Dude, did that power dynamic exist when Drew and I would go to nice dinners and he'd pay and he gave me expensive gifts?
It's not the same thing, and you know it.
Why?
Because there's a sex aspect to
So
it.
women can't ever go with higher up bosses to dinners.
That's not what I'm saying. But
That's
if there's
exactly what you're saying.
No, if there's a history of him doing it with lots of people, and he's a director and he's a boss on a set, there's an appropriate shit there.
A
possibly.
woman says she befriended Savage. Okay, so befriended.
friends.
What does that mean? We're friends. So he's not allowed to have any female friends around the
That's
around
not
the
what I'm
cast.
saying.
He's obviously making and worth way more money than she is.
Exactly.
It's just scary.
So what?
That's the problem right there.
So if the sentence continued, he offered expensive gifts for blowjobs, then you'd have a
Well,
point.
what do
Now
you
there's
think-
a paradigm.
What do you
power
think they're
dynamic.
for? I mean, what do you think? You think he's just buying her gifts?
Sure.
Okay, that's naive
did you
for a
blow
person
Drew?
who like.
No, I didn't blow Drew. He never even asked.
For a person who talks about naive, like that's so naive, dude.
So it's possible.
It's
apparently.
yes. It's
So why he
possible.
can't befriend a woman on set and take her to a nice dinner?
Yeah, you can, I guess.
And I think those guys buy each other expensive gifts all the time. All the time.
Look at I'm not
Dude,
even.
ask Newberg about this. This goes on in Hollywood constantly. They're buying each other $25,000 watches at
yeah,
the drop
and
of a dime.
And Hollywood's very clean, right?
Right. Well, this is what we're talking about, Hollywood.
Yeah, that doesn't make it right. I'm not saying I don't know what happened here.
Another woman says she befriended Savage while on the set.
Okay.
Cool. I've befriended people at work. I befriended hot chicks at work and took them to dinner. I gave one
But you always wanted to bang him.
I gave her a
you
beautiful.
always wanted to bang
I
him.
never even fucking attempted. Not even close.
In your head, you did.
Dude, Marissa, actually. Smoking. She was a riff rock and roll girl winner. And I would take her to dinner. I bought her a very nice small purse, like from Coach, I never laid a hand on her, never kissed her, never even attempted to.
Well, for one,
And
these
there
are
was a
different
power
people.
dynamic.
By the
I had
way,
more money
these
than
are
her.
still different people.
Would you let me explain? I'm just saying that power dynamic exists where I wasn't trying to get shit from her.
Okay, well, this is one
I
example
had
of one
befriended
person.
her. Okay, it's my example.
And I don't even know that that's fully, really, like, you really weren't hoping to
Dude.
pay. Like, I mean,
Not at all.
okay, well.
Not at all.
Good for you. That's one example of you, though.
Okay, that's one example should be enough. That it doesn't
Enough that
it doesn't automatically mean that someone takes someone to dinner. Or women just.
But if
chew
they're already,
fucking-
but if they're already getting hints from other people that this is going on, you're not talking about just one at this point. You're talking about another person saying, "Hey, he did this to me. I turned the gifts down."
yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay.
The woman claims Savage was promising to help with her uprising writing and comedy career. She said
Uprising?
she was abruptly fired from the set last year.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, did she refuse the gifts and the dinner?
Yeah, right?
Well, why should that matter?
Joke.
No,
And maybe
but
she's not that good. And maybe he's trying to help her and it doesn't fucking work out like millions of people happens to every day.
Yeah.
But
Not saying,
you know what? It doesn't-
I want to know more details about why she was abruptly fired. People aren't just abruptly fired and,
Yeah.
and then they don't say, they
To your
don't allude
point,
to.
Aside from the one thing early with that, there was apparently a cock grab.
Yeah.
Somewhere, which
And that's
hasn't
coming
been-
up.
I was going to say hasn't been mentioned so far. None of this stuff
Is Cross the
really
line.
crossing any lines.
I mean, it's so.
You're
reading it.
alluding to it, Isis. If they had something more like he offered me gifts, and when I refused his clear sexual advances, I was fired. That's a statement you can make. But when you just go, we were friends, he took me to dinner. Usually the fucking wealthier friend pays for dinner. That's usually how that dynamic goes. So he would be in a position to pay for dinner. Buying gifts in Hollywood is old as time. So
I get it,
That's
but-
not enough for me to just go, fuck, write him off.
I haven't said that
Forget
either,
him.
by the
Kill
way.
Savage.
Well, you sort of have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I have not. All
You
I've said.
questioned my story, asshole. You acted like I couldn't befriend a girl and pay for her dinner and buy her a nice gift without meaning like.
I mean, I
open
kind of.
it.
Okay.
And dude, I'm being honest with you. I'm honest all the time, to a fault. And I'm
I-
telling you.
I'm not saying anything on this yet. I'm just saying that these are things that could be. It's
Sure,
not
they could
necessarily
be.
appropriate to be doing some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it happens or not.
You took the inappropriate stance pretty quick, pretty hard, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I could say the same about you guys.
He's
I mean,
been hanging around a lot of woke people for a few years, so it's rubbing off on him.
That's not it.
100%. That's it.
I'm able to.
100%.
Well, maybe I'm able to
100%.
listen to other people and see other sides.
Oh yeah, we're not able to listen to other sides. Come on, easy.
I mean,
Well, look at you, right, floating above all of us.
I'm not floating above anything.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
You mentioned power dynamic, homo.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was inappropriate wording. I did not mean to call Isis.
Oh boy.
No,
There we go.
Isis, I know what you're saying, and there's probably some truth to it too.
I'm
I'll
not
give you
saying
that.
anything about him being
But
being
what-
fired yet.
The point, to my point, that Troy was just making, to my point, was that we haven't heard any details in here like, oh, yeah, that's clear. Like, when you're talking about Harvey Weinstein, it's easy to go, yeah, dude, he was making chicks gag on his cock for a role in a big movie. Like, that's easy to go, yep, that's a power dynamic that you can't have on a set.
I mean, instantly having a girl, I would say having a girl move in with you on set is not appropriate.
well,
so I mean,
but that's
right
fine.
away, there's
Explain
something
to me
there.
then why it's inappropriate and what
because of what I just described, a workplace situation. Find another girl. It's so not supposed to be how those sets are run. I know they are run that way, but it's not supposed to be how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I'd agree with you there. So this girl, so she's fired from the set last year. Doesn't explain for what.
No
we don't get
reason.
any
Yeah,
details.
just fired.
Just fired for no reason, apparently, because that's what normally happens. She then in December 21, she said she was invited to a group outing at a bar in Astoria, Georgia, where Savage allegedly assaulted her. The woman claims she was in the bathroom. Oh, boy, Fred.
Goes into the ladies' room.
So, you know,
So
picture this. Hold on. You're about to win the argument, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Let it fucking slow roll for
Okay.
you. You're cocktailing up. You can see
Yeah.
you're all meeting at a bar in Astoria, Georgia.
Yeah.
Cocktails are flowing. Fred gets a little looser than he'd like.
Sure.
You know, probably regrets it. Sloppy, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Who hasn't been there? The woman claims she was in the bathroom when Savage suddenly entered, causing her to try and laugh it off as she asked him to leave. Instead, Savage had dead eyes
Oh.
as he allegedly
Fred's
pushed her
not
against
here.
the wall. Fred's not here. It's Savage time. He pushed her against the wall. This is like the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah.
real life version
Right.
of the Incredible Hulk.
Like me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
Hank.
He started forcibly kissing her and to molest her. I said, please don't do this. I meant ruining the friendship. I was pleading, not from fear so much, but there was no going back. He put his mouth on mine very forcibly. He went for the top of my pants. I brushed him away. Then he put his mouth on mine again, grabbed my hand, and pulled it to his groin area. I was pulling back. He stopped very angrily.
Fine.
I shoulder checked him so I could get out. The woman said, following the incident, Savage continued to text her to meet up and left a voicemail apologizing, and we have that voicemail.
Do we really?
No, not audio,
Oh man.
but I have the transcript.
yeah. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
It's your old friend, Fred.
Does it say that in there?
Yeah. His message starts, it's your old friend, Fred. It's Fred time again. No Savage here.
Yep, nope.
We worked together for a while, and then we didn't, and then I was a huge asshole. And I'm really sorry, and I kind of owed you an apology for a minute here. And so the truth is, I really like you, and I really want to be friends, and I'm so sorry that I fucked that up.
Can people, like, look at, dude, if you're got to the point where you feel like this is necessary, I kind of owe you an apology for it. Can you just say, I'm sorry? I mean, yes, he says it kind of some other, but that's a qualifier that you throw in there to me.
Well,
it's
no, not really, because he says, I'm
stumbling over your words, too, a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of it's some humble pie. You know, you're eating some shit here. You know?
Okay.
He says, and I'm really sorry, and I've kind of owed you an apology for a minute.
Okay.
Trying to be hip.
Okay.
You know, for a minute. You know.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I wouldn't get too much into that. That's a terrifying phone call to have to make.
No, you're right. That's a good.
Especially knowing it's being recorded.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is a
You
good
gotta
point.
leave
It is
that
a
one on the voicemail.
Yeah. This is not the first time Savage has found himself. Savage time has showed up more than
Here we
once.
go.
Has found himself embroiled in controversy. In 2018, he was sued by costumer Yung Ju Ling, who claimed that he had assaulted and harassed her on the set of the TV show The Grinder. Huang said in legal documents that Savage had a volatile and aggressive temper as it related to the female crew and had violently struck her on 3 occasions.
Okay.
Yeah,
violently struck her sounds like assault.
Sounds like punching her,
So,
violently
I
struck.
mean, could be the back of the hand. That could be violently striking, you know.
That's kind of what I
A
was.
nice open hander right
Yeah.
over the top, just in a...
Huang said that Savage was known to intimidate, bully, and torment female crew members while they were doing their job duties by yelling things like, you know, this is the director, and he would yell things at them. I'm not a dog. Quit fucking following me.
Okay.
How would a woman get over
Oh,
that?
my gosh. I was thought maybe it was yelling things like, cut and action.
Don't ever fucking look at me anymore.
Okay.
I mean, monster. And get the fuck away from me. E, how many times have I told you to get the fuck away from me?
You know, it's a different dynamic to me. And I'd have to see the situation.
Oh, boy.
Well, Savage.
I literally told a guy at work that today.
Yeah, I get it. Guys are, but you know what? Guys are
Get the
different.
fuck away
to
from
guys. And,
So-
and you're
so-
not the boss,
so-
and you're not the boss on a set like this, where you're the director of a. I just think it's different.
Dude, I think if you were
I am always the boss.
well,
if we were to take NFL coaches for belittling and berating players, or directors for belittling and berating actors, you wouldn't have movies. You wouldn't. You just wouldn't. These guys are savage.
But you're not. You're not hearing these things in the context of how they'd happened. I mean, to me, like you're just hearing the words and saying, "Well, these words aren't enough." Well, the context of how they happened matter. And these people are like, "Dude, these are things he was doing." Constant, like really aggressively angry at everybody, and if it sounds like it's only towards female employees, by the way. And if that's another thing you start to notice, that he literally only yells at women, but he walks around the guys, he's like, "Hey, buddy, what up?" That's a problem. Then if it's
Tad misogynistic, perhaps.
I'm just saying those are. I don't know that. Maybe that's not what. You know, I don't want Fred Savage to be done. By the way, he's not only is he directed, but he's acted in several things I've liked him. in.
Yeah.
So.
So you're Team Savage then.
I want to be.
I think other people around him have come out and said this is nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, whether you believe them or not, there's friends going to bat for him. I don't know. I wasn't there, but when you start talking about intimidate, bully, and torment crew members, saying stuff like, "I'm not a dog. Quit following me." I could see saying that to someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, dude, fuck off, dude. I'm busy here. Leave me alone. I don't have time right now. Like every director has been in that place. I promise you. Where it's like, it's not because you're female. It's not. I'm not trying to belittle you. Just fuck off.
Yeah.
You know, and forever you could just do that.
Okay.
Some of these accusations, Isis, I agree, are totally troubling. I imagine he got a little tipsy
And again, exactly.
and tried to force something on a chick.
The make out and the ball grab is really the only thing that clearly crosses
I would
the line.
say-
Exactly.
And that wasn't even a subordinate at that time. That was just a hot chick at a bar that he got all fucking bonered for and tried to make a move. And
That's a
Right.
good point,
Was
because she
shot
wasn't
down.
working for him anymore.
Which is different. I mean, it's still obviously sexual assault if that's what happened.
Yeah,
but,
exactly
But it
right.
is different than what I was when I referenced
I mean,
the power
he just
dynamic.
didn't know how to
in that
read the
sense.
room. Thought he was picking up some vibes, and
as he just walked into the women's
she gave a little wink on the way to the bathroom,
Yeah.
you know, and thought it was
Who
his.
hasn't been there?
Thought it was his cue, you know.
No,
See, if you walk into the women's bathroom, which I promise you've done, and if I walk into the women's bathroom, which I promise you have done, we know exactly what's going on there.
Oh, yeah.
There's no pushing a girl. And she's like,
it's not like
fuck off
it's
me.
generally not going in for the first move.
No.
I'm not going in there to get a number.
No.
I would say
notch, not a number.
the stuff that you read there, I can't say that that's all bad enough. I'm just saying there are enough there that if I heard more from people, I mean, this is where you start hearing it. Does he have a temper on fucking? There is being a director. I understand being aggressive, but there is with everything. There's over the line, and we don't know when the context of when these were yelled.
You don't
or
get
the
to decide if you hurt someone's feelings. They do.
Right.
Their feelings tell you if their
All-
feelings were hurt.
I think all Troy and I are saying, not to offend women or reward misogyny on any level, it's like, okay, if you've got 6 women with these wild accusations and serious, when you're talking about that, you better come with more than, like the one girl in the bar.
Took me to dinner.
Yeah, he took me to dinner and
said
offered
no.
me expensive gifts. I said no. And then I was fired a year later or whatever.
Well,
It's like,
what was
okay,
the stuff that
were
happened? Because there was rumored about stuff that happened on the Wonder Years. I didn't remember really looking that much into it. What was it? Was it sexual? Do you remember?
He was a kid.
But still, I know there was something that came out at one point. I don't remember enough about it, though. I'd
I
have
think
to
he
look
got into
into
a
it.
fight with his older brother on that. Not his actual brother, but the
Okay.
show brother. I don't remember, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
remember. Anyways, we've gone long anyways. We'll never finish this dispute. It's nice having a little pushback from the woke mob. I get it.
I don't consider myself that,
I get it. So
They never do.
you've been better, actually, E. This is the first time you've actually come hard with like.
I will say, I think watching that morning
There's
show
the power
changed my
dynamic.
mind.
Yeah, that's where you got power dynamic from, didn't you?
That-
Son of a bitch. It's all coming full circle now.
I mean, but to watch that show, and even though I know it's a show and it's a dramatic,
It's a great show, by the way, on Apple TV.
But like looking at some of that stuff of like, kind of based on, I would assume, the Matt Lauer situation.
100%.
Yeah, so you do start. I don't know. I start to see things from a different perspective.
Yeah, you take someone like Matt Lauer, who's a fucking dork, and now he's got some pull, now he's got some money, and they think they can fucking do what they want. They think they're getting all the pussy they thought they should have gotten their whole lives.
Yeah, making up for lost time.
Exactly. So they're running down to fuck the cow, where you and I just walk down and fuck them all. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it goes. We were playing the game very, very early.
But the thing is, there's a lot.
Matt Lauer took advantage of his position. We never had to take advantage of our position.
No.
It's called having a little bit of fucking game. You know what I mean? You work on it. You get more skilled at it over time. You learn how
Hone
to
your craft.
hone your craft. You become expert in your field, man. We put our 10,000 hours in, right?
SME, subject matter expert.
I don't have it anymore, but there was a time.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, let's get out of here.
Do it.
Thank you, guys. Easy, she'll be back tomorrow.
Correct.
NFL Bob's going to be here.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, so
Good times.
he can explain crypto to us.
Oh,
Oh
that's good.
boy, again.
Yeah. Well, now that it's in the shitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
him to
Okay.
explain
Oh,
himself.
got you. There we go. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
All right, have a good rest of the day, everybody.